Yo, yo, yo.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to another night of Island Boys Football Talk. We got Shrede in the building representing the Carolina Panthers. We got Jizzle in the building representing the Philadelphia Eagles. And we got Simone in the building representing the San Francisco 49ers. Welcome back to everyone that's watching the show. We're streaming live off of our YouTube platform at Island Boys Football Talk, and also our Facebook platform, which is Island Boys Football Talk. And then our live content will be sent over to Twitter in case you want to rewatch the show or watch the show at a later date. So we're happy to be back. It's our post game reaction show, week 12 post game reaction show. We had two games on the chopping block today. We had the Panthers going against Tennessee and the Panthers coming up short, and then we just had a great game with Philly and Buffalo, and Philly coming out on top in overtime. So we'll talk about those games tonight, as well as other news and notes around the NFL. So, like I said, we're happy to be back. All of us are here. We're gonna go down through these games, do some breakdown of these games. If you are new to the channel, you can like and subscribe the page, and you can always send us some shout outs and some love by hitting the cash app at Island Money Sign Island Boys Talk. All right, so we had two games today. Like I said, Shea's game was on Thursday. We did a little breakdown of that on Saturday. We had two games today. The Panthers coming up short against Tennessee, 10-17, and then Buffalo and Philly in a wild overtime game. Philly coming up victorious, 37-34 in overtime.
Chile in Manila.
I'll Yeah, I'll start it off. I know KG saw a little spots of the Panthers game. Is like I said, it's a recurring so it's a recurring thing week to week. It's the same exact problems that's happening right now. I don't think you can go any low. You can't go any lower than what the Panthers is now. They're 1-10, the worst team in the NFL. Um, I will give credit where credit is due, and KG will back me up on this. Considering what Evero Jiro has to deal with so much injuries on the defensive side, he consistently keeps the Panthers in the game. Um, the Panthers gave up a long drive touchdown, 15 play touchdown in the first quarter. And outside of that, it was basically nothing. We fumbled the ball in on their side of about by the 20-yard line. They got a touchdown, and then they got a field goal at right before the half. So they were 17. They were up 17 at halftime, but they had five drives in the second half and all were punts. You gotta give Evero credit where credit is due, considering what he has to deal with. No JC Han, no Jeremy Chin. Um, Van Bale got injured today. No Yita Ghost Matos, no Justin Houston, no Shaq Thompson. There's a lot that he's missing, and he's trying to make do of what we have. I think we did very good stopping the run for the most part. Derrick Henry had about I think 70 something yards, two touchdowns. The two touchdowns was close to the goal line. You're not gonna stop him so easy. But he consistently keeps us in the game. He kept us in the game again today, which was always a bright spot. My opinion is he should be the head coach of the Panthers if there's ever a move to be made. He's a great leader. You can see that the team responds to him on the defensive side of the ball. He's a very intelligent coordinator that we probably will lose this offseason to a head coaching gig if we don't hire him. I think someone will hire him as a head coaching candidate. That's how high of a praise he is around the league. But shift it over to the negative side again, it's a recurring effect on the offensive side. As much as our defense keeps us in the game, there's nothing our offense can do. It's pretty sad and pathetic at this point. And like I was telling you guys, it kind of looked like David Tepper had enough because all the reports about Frank Wright being on a hot seat, his seat right now is scorching hot. And there was a report that David Tepper doesn't want to make a move right now. They'll evaluate Frank Wright at the end of the season, which means more than likely to me he's gone. David Tepper was at the game and he went into the locker room. And when he was leaving the locker room, he gave a big old F bomb. He dropped a big old F bomb out of anger. I don't know what happened in the locker room. Someone got an F bomb from David Tepper. So you can tell that he is not taking this.
Mike, your mic, your mic.
You can hear me?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. So he is not taking this season, this disastrous season, too well. I mean, who would? Considering how last season was, there's a lot of issues that's going on with the team. The first issue is the offensive line. This offensive line was built last year and predicated on power running, downhill running. Ike Iquano is a mauler. Austin Corbett a mauler. Bradley Bozeman is a power mauler. Corbett the same. Taylor Moton is the same. He predicated on running downhill last year, which was the best of this line, and then going into pass protection. The issue is you change the line into a zone blocking scheme with Bryce Young standing in the shotgun for most of the time. That's not what this line is gonna do. This line can't just stand there and block, or zone run. This line is built to go on the center and hammer it down your throat. I clearly told you guys when I said what Steve Wilkes said last year. There's nothing more hard wrenching than a team running the ball down your throat and you can't do nothing to stop it. That's what this line is. Right now, with all the injuries that's going on with this line is not built for whatever scheme Frank Wright has. And it's sad to know that they don't even try to adjust to have it. Because Ike cannot stand up and just block. The two guards that we have, Austin Corbett is injured for the season. Brady Christian is injured for the season. That's the two starting guards. Our backup guards injured too. So you got third and fourth string guards. They ain't holding up. The problem is with Bryce Young, he can't step into the pocket. Sometimes he can, most times he can't. There's pressure on his face usually at the start of the hut. Jeffrey Simmons look like the next coming of Aaron Donald today. Because all he do is just keep running around the guards. When we were running the ball effectively, it was power running down the throat. That's what this team is predicated on. Not no standing up and thing. If that's the case, then you need to change every lineman you got on that team and go find 5 new linemen to have a zone blocking scheme. This team is not a zone blocking team. It's sad that you came in, saw what type of, and the crazy thing about it is, last week, someone asked Frank Wright to assess the line. Frank Wright actually said one of the reasons he was intrigued by this line was last year they were very, very good at power running. But if they're very good at power running, but what you in power running?
Well, they don't power run, yeah. They don't power run.
I swear to God, he hallucinating or he like got Alzheimer's or something. He said in a press conference, he was very intrigued by this team's power running, power blocking scheme. And now he come out here zone blocking. They are not a zone block. There are certain teams, there are certain schemes that lines are good at. This team with a Dante Foreman last year would run the ball down your throat. I don't care who quarterback it was back there. But that's their thing. Icky and those guys will run you down your throat. You can't stand. The problem with zone running and those stuff, it takes long to develop. This is not that team. The line is bad, and too much times we are third and eight or longer, and they can't hold up to the pass rush. It's happening every week. Which brings me next to the second part. The receivers. Like I said, Jizzle watched some of it.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I want high hopes of Mingo, right now he's like the laughing stock of the league. I really don't understand what Mingo does be doing sometimes. Tennessee executed a perfect plan. You know what Tennessee's plan was? Blanket Adam Thielen for the whole game. Every route Adam Thielen run, he had somebody over the top and underneath shattering him. They made somebody else beat them. We couldn't do it. Mingo can't win. Chuck, well, I'll get to he very soon. Because I got a bone to pick with he. But they blanketed and Tiedemann and told you to beat us some other way. Third and 9 is not this team's strength. Because the line don't hold up, and I don't know what play calling Frank Wright. Those guys, the thing is, Frank Wright took back play calling from Thomas Brown. The last 2 games is been even worse than when Thomas Brown was there. I don't know why he would do that. I think it was like last feat for him. I think he knows the rightness on the wall. And like I said, the owner is extremely angry, but the team is not built. I don't know what type of team it is now to get it built. And the problem be, this is gonna be a long rest of the season. There's still 6 more games. 6 more games. If Frank Wright is still kind of plays for the next 6 games, I don't think nobody gonna go to the game. I saw to say the fans had enough. I think David Tepper had enough. It come to the point that it went is boiled over right now. I don't think that a team can take it no more. Remember, I told you guys last night that my biggest reason for watching this game was to make sure that Bryce Young made it out alive. He just barely did because them nearly killed him with some sacks there. I thought he was dead, but I don't know. He's trying his best. There's a play. He kept a play going for like a whole 13 seconds, running around, and nobody could get open. Nobody. So I don't know. I don't know what to say. The future isn't bright because you have Bryce Young, but there's no first round pick. You got limited draft capital, but we still got good cap space. But the scheme has to change. This is not helping. For me as a fan, deep down, that's a fan that loves the Carolina Panthers. Truly, truly does. It's hard to watch the games on Sundays because you remember I told you guys this. What's the definition of insanity? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting a different result. That's what the Panthers doing right now. The same thing over and over and over, and expecting a different result. That's why I can't understand what kind of adjust. You're gonna talk about a team just now that made adjustments in the second half and was able to get back in the game. The Panthers absolutely have no adjustments on offense. I'm not gonna say they have very good adjustments on defense, and you can ask KG about Vero. You have very good adjustments on he switches up his plays on defense. He confuses people, but on offense, it's horrendous. How that they go out every. I don't understand how much things the defense could do to keep you in the game. And again, remember I said we were going to lose 14-10. I was very close. It was 17-10. If a team score more than 10 on us, we basically lose the game. We only got 1 touchdown in us a game. Is very frustrating as a fan to watch these stuff that we have to go through all the time. I sit on this show and talk to 2 co-hosts that have winning teams. Every show I gotta come on and talk about how depressing and how regress the Panthers is from last year to this year. And like I said, I'll never tip my hat against Bryce Young. I do believe Bryce Young is a franchise quarterback. We have not played to his strengths, and we've not me, but the Panthers organization has failed him. And I keep saying they have failed him. Not me. I failed him. I'm right there with you. But do you know what the biggest issue is with this team? No one takes accountability. So you expect the same thing. So guess what? Pittsburgh offense been sucking so long, they finally took accountability and fired Matt Canada. Them just score over 400 yards on offense for the first time in about 4 years. Bam. The Raiders took accountability and recognized Jack Daniels wasn't the answer. They fired Econ with Antonio Pierce as the head coach. There's a new life. The team is actually playing better. We'll see what happens with Washington. They took accountability, fired Jack Del Rio. The Panthers just stay with the course. But I don't know what course that is. Because he's in the right course. That's my thing about it. It's not the right course. So how can we stay and watch this over and over? And you trying to tell me that I wish I was the owner because I don't care how much money I pay you for a 4-year deal. That Scott Federer is gone. He's the one that made the personnel decisions, and he came on a press conference and say we are quarterback away from being competitive. Well, he had to get fired for a long time. As somebody said today, ain't no way Frank Wright could have go back on the plane with the rest of the team. He had to catch an Uber back from Tennessee to Carolina, and when he reached back Carolina on that Uber, he whole office was cleaned up. Everybody need to go in that organizational structure. The what you call it? The Temple is not gonna sell the team. He's the owner. Let's just face it. As much as fans want him to sell the team, it's not gonna happen. But from the top after him needs to go. The GM needs to go. Scott Federer needs to go. He's responsible for bad drafting and these personnel decisions. Frank Wright needs to go. He's not a mesh with Bryce Young. As Shane would say, the player is the one that doesn't. The player is never the one to get the boot, not the boot, but the player will never be the one to get punished. It's always the coach.
Yep.
The coach needs to go. Frank Wright is not a Bryce Young mix. I do believe Thomas Brown can do it too. Can be a mix, but it's Frank Wright offense. He needs to go. We can't just keep doing the same thing. Oh, next week we got the Buccaneers. A good thing I'll be on vacation. But the Buccaneers.
You got me here.
Well, we gonna have to see what's going on. Because your game is in the afternoon, right? The late game.
Yeah.
And the just flex the Panthers to the late game too. So something gotta give.
We got 2 screens.
Oh Jesus Christ.
More than.
Oh Jesus Christ. Oh, we gotta see what's going on. But like I say, it's horrendous, it's embarrassing, and it's frustrating as a fan. I could move out of the picture, and the first thing you can see, the guy nearly killed Bryce Young there on that play. If you guys look at the screen, them nearly killed poor Bryce Young there. He even see it. Defense, if this defense gets healthy with JC Hahn and Henderson and those, we are top 10 defense right now based on the stats. We are. But if this offense can't do nothing, how do you go for the next 6 games looking for Bryce Young for progress when the same thing happens over and over? At this point, how can you judge Bryce? I see a lot of fans bashing Bryce Young. Oh, he had fault. He's a boss. That means you really don't watch football. How can you judge Bryce Young?
With that offensive line and that skill
When your line gives up pressure in less than 2 seconds up the middle, and then you have no skill. I watched them break down Mark Schlereth break down plays. There was nobody to throw the ball to. We had a chance. We had the ball with 2 minutes to go. 4th and 6. 4th and 6. The Titans, which everybody know, just zero blitz the Panthers. The line they get confused. One of Frank Wright's play calls was a wide receiver screen. And 4th and 6, cause the zero blitz. There was one play that wasn't a play call. One play first, and then Bryce Young checked out of it, went to the wide receiver screen on 4th and 6, and we eventually got stopped. We only probably got a yard. I couldn't believe we went for a wide receiver screen on 4th and 6 for the game. But here comes DJ Chark. Oh, the original play we had run would have worked. DJ Chark can't get open for against man-to-man no more.
Mm-hmm.
And he got a heart to say the original. So he trying to say that Bryce Young should have called the original play. Let me go check DJ Chark. Can we check DJ Chark
win percentage?
Because not really win percentage, but his stats.
Yeah.
Because he probably only got over 300 yards for the whole season. He can't get open. He's a straight line receiver, and even that he's doing good. So he shouldn't say that. He shouldn't throw my quarterback under the bus. Thank God we only have him for 1 year. He'll be gone. I could care less about him. Frank Wright don't have that locker room. I don't want nobody to tell me that. But to constantly keep yourself in the game from the defense with Evero, and your offense fails you week after week after week. Come on, we can't keep doing this to ourselves, man. We gotta have pride. Look at all the success. Look at the Fortnite. Look at the Eagles. Yes, I know it takes time. Yes, I know I believe in Bryce Young. I don't mind that we lost games, but you can tell me for the past 7 weeks we probably put up 20 points in 2 out of the 11 games. 20. We put up we either usually score 10, 13, 10 or 13 for about 80% of the games. You saying to me the Panthers only were there 13 points? So the defense got to play damn near perfect to win these games. Remember the game we beat the Texans with? We scored 15. I don't know how we keep the Texans to 15 compared to what the Texans out there bombing people with. That alone should give Evero a head coaching job. That the Texans could score 50 points and 36 points on a regular, and we hold them to 13 points. So I think Evero deserves a head coaching job. But like I say, it's sad. It's real frustrating. Hopefully on Tuesday, I could come here smiled and say somebody get a boot. If nobody get a boot by time Tuesday come, don't ask me nothing for no thought for the chief question, three answers. Don't ask me nothing about the Panthers. Because that mean them ain't serious. Because if nobody ain't getting held accountable, I ain't held accountable for talking from either. A big old F-bomb come out of the locker room today from the owner and he ain't afraid of nobody. He just out scuffy. So we'll see. Right now, I explain as basically every single thing every week. I just like a Ricardo now. I'm just saying the same thing over and over and over. Like I said, KG was in out of the game, but he does see the same thing that I got to see.
The whole thing, the same thing.
It's the same thing. Mm-hmm. So I have to deal with it for now. So not losing season. I'll wrap it up on Tuesday when I go through the stuff, which I already know gonna happen. But this was probably the only game that I would have considered winnable. I don't think we'll beat the Buccaneers. We ain't beating the Jaguars for sure. The Falcons we ain't beaten. And the Saints I don't think we'll beat. So I think we may be going 1-16. And guess what? You would say, "Oh, first round pick." Or we ain't got none. Only good thing is we got a number 33 pick. And you might have to trade that to get draft assets. Yeah. Exactly. So not very good for the Panthers right now. I'll give Derek Brown his props. That guy is a menace. He's pushing people aside. I see he stand up to Derrick Henry and throw him in the backfield. That's a bad man. When Bonds got a sack, Frankie Louvu got a sack. But that basically those three are the core of the team. And dealing with just rotational players is hard. But Evero deserves all my credit.
That's your best on that team. That defensive
outside of him, I don't give two shits about the rest of them. Evero, Derek Brown, Brian Bonds, Louvu, the rest of them, Bryce Young, and Chuba. Chuba's playing very well. I'll give him that. He's developed into a very, very serviceable running back. Miles Sanders, bye. Then better. I don't want to see he on the field. He's a nuisance. So it's not looking good for the Panthers. Gonna be a rough 6 games coming up. But if I don't see any changes by Tuesday, nobody asks me nothing about the Panthers. All right, so we're shifting over to the winning side of the team now. All three of us, well, I know how much Shane watched, but I watched the game with KG. I think Shane jumped in at the end. Mm-hmm. But like I said, it was a close game, and then it went to overtime, and Philly jumped out on top at the end. Jizzle, you can take us through the game.
This ain't for the first half. This is for the second half. That's what that's for. But there's 2 tiers of this game. There's 2 grades to give this team for this game. First half and second half. Of course, for the first half, you probably give this team a F. All through. Probably except for special teams. Special teams didn't really had a chance to do anything really. But again, it's the consistency where they play calling on offense. I mean, why can't we come out? You had one good drive in the first half. But why can't you find ways to come up with the proper positive drives all in the first half? Why is it in the first half you are flustered by the blitz? All year throughout the season, from start to finish, from playing Bill Belichick to a Bill Belichick disciple in forgot his name, who's defensive coordinator for the thing, Brian Flores, to even playing Todd Bowles, to even going down the line and playing the Ron Riveras and those other guys who are blitz happy type of coordinators, to playing Steve Spagnuolo, who's you would mostly say who's consistently a blitz happy type of offensive coordinator. Now to even playing Sean McDermott to be a blitz happy type of offensive coordinator. Why is it that you do not have the proper blitz beaters in the first half? Why do you consistently have to wait for the second half to find ways to make the proper adjustments against these blitz beaters? Why is it? What's taking you so long? It ain't hard to find. Why is it that in this game, in the first half, your running backs in total had 7 carries in total? In the first half, 7 carries in total. Yes, you won the football game. But why is it taking you so damn long? Jalen Hurts, why is it so hard for you to find ways to be comfortable in the pocket, to find ways to make the proper plays in the pocket? Also, what happened to taking the check down? There were times that the check down was there. Why you don't try? Take it. Again, why are we consistently calling these deep developing routes, these deep developing plays when there's a blitz? You don't know when a blitz is going to be called? We give credit to Jalen Hurts a lot. He makes the right play and boom, there's a touchdown. He makes the right play, makes the audible, and boom, there's a first down. Boom, there's a deep pass down the field. But whatever happened to him noticing when the blitz is coming? Making the right audible, making the right read. Whatever happened to the hot route, the hot receiver? Where is that? I know at some point Dallas Goedert was the hot route. The hot read. He's not there anymore. Again, this is the second week of the bye week. Where is the proper adjustments? There is no reason why at the end of the first half, DeAndre Swift had 3 carries. There's no reason why at the end of the first half, Jalen Hurts had 7 carries, more than the running backs combined. That should not happen. Nick Sirianni, you got to get it together in the first half. Brian Johnson, you have to get it together in the first half. Again, I saw where, I think it was all in third quarter, 3rd and 14, you decided to call a wide receiver screen to Julio Jones. Again, you did it last week, you do it again this week. You think they're going to work? It ain't going to work. It ain't going to happen. It won't work. We need to find ways to start properly on drives. We need to find ways to create the proper blitz beaters early in the first half. The veteran and great defensive coordinators will do it. These defensive coordinators don't give a shit. They won't know. They won't know how to stop an offense like this. But the great defensive coordinators will find ways to confuse you, to frustrate you. When are you going to create the proper in-game adjustments? I know you're good at making adjustments in the second half. But when will you be able to make the proper adjustments in in game. Not just in the first half, but in game, during drives. At times, when you see a blitz that you never saw before, exotic blitz, or even when Jalen Hurts is seeing a different type of coverages, it looks like to me that you're not watching a proper film. It doesn't seem. It looks like you're not coaching up Jalen Hurts to look at the proper read, call the proper audible when he sees a certain blitz, when he sees a certain coverage, and things like that. It should never been a 17-7 game in the first half. Should have never been. The Buffalo Bills don't have the type of blitz cornerbacks that the Chiefs have. You should have known you were gonna against another Jim Johnson disciple who was gonna blitz at times, who's not gonna show you the same coverage over and over again, down to down, play to play. He's gonna give you different looks. He's gonna confuse you a little bit. Again, we are taking too long to make the proper in-game adjustments in the first half. On defense, I don't understand what's going on with Bradbury. Yes, you had the interception in the second half, but in the first half, you are constantly getting picked on. I don't know if it's your technique that's off. I don't know if you're disinterested in the game, but you need to get it together now. Get it together now. I don't mind if you hold a wide receiver and get a penalty, but you can't keep getting beat play after play, down after down. It can't keep happening. This is what we send you back for. If that's the case, we'll let you go. I'd rather see a rookie do these type of things instead of a veteran doing this type of making these type of mistakes. Fix it. Sean Desai, whoever the defensive back coach is, coach up this guy. Fix it. The offensive line did a decent job not having Lane Johnson holding up against the Bronx, not the Bronx, the Bills defensive line. Gotta give credit to Jeff Stoutland for getting Jack Driscoll coach up to speed, because it was a late game situation. To the fact that Lane Johnson woke up early in the morning with inflammation in his groin and he was unable to play in this game. So we had to rely on Jack Driscoll, who struggled a little bit in the game, but all in all, he was able to withstand certain pressures, certain things, and all in all, he played a decent game. But in the second half, I give his whole team an F. I mean, in the first half, I give his whole team an F. We didn't have the proper gap controls. We didn't have the proper discipline on defense. Again, why are we blitzing and playing 5-10 yards off? I don't understand it. Why? Why did we allow Josh Allen to run up and down to the defense all game? Whatever happens to showing this guys, giving Josh Allen different looks. You gave Josh Allen the same looks all game, especially in the first half. As it says, a tale of two halves. In the second half, I got to give you a hand clap because you make the proper adjustments on offense. You found ways to get the running game going. You found ways to get the passing game going. You found ways to involve Devontae Smith, involve other receivers in Zacchaeus. Jalen Hurts found ways to escape the pocket and make the proper plays, the proper reads. But this can't keep happening game to game. I love how we made the proper adjustments. I'm gonna give Brian Johnson and Nick Sirianni credit for making the right adjustments of attacking the Bills defense, attacking the middle of the field. I guarantee if you look back at the film, Devontae Smith was open a whole lot because they're constantly keen on AJ Brown. I think AJ Brown probably had 2 catches in this game. Devontae Smith probably had 6 catches, 7 catches, 400 something yards and a touchdown. And another great take out with a fake screen. And honestly, in that fake screen, you had two wide receivers open. You had AJ Brown. AJ Brown was open down the sideline on the outside, and you had Devontae Smith, who was open in the middle of the field. That was a great scheme, a great play call. You had also had Jalen Hurts making the half schedule plays and throwing a dime down the field to Zacchaeus for a game changing touchdown. Yes, we could say we got lucky. Luck is part of the game. But you gotta catch the football too. You gotta catch the football. I can tell you, hey, if we didn't catch the football, we'd lose the game too. You know what I mean? But we have reliable receivers. So it's a tale of two halves. It's a half of where the Eagles was horrible in the first half, where we played horrible. We didn't make the right adjustments, and until in the second half, where I'm gonna give the offense an A+, I'm gonna give the defense a C+, for the simple fact that I'm gonna give the offense a B+. For the simple fact that you had to bring you lost a Fletcher Cox, you didn't have a Milton Williams, you lost your start linebacker in Zach Cunningham to Christian Ellis, who's stepping in, who was last on that touchdown to Gabriel Davis. Again, Bradbury, yet again, not playing press man coverage, but not putting a hand on the damn receiver. You are a veteran cornerback. Why? You forget how to play press coverage? It's things like this. I don't understand. We're gonna have Bradbury, and it's week to week. It's just this week. It happened last week. There was a play where the Bills was deep in our territory. Deep in their territory, I should say. Josh Allen just threw the ball down the sideline, and there goes Bradbury peeping in the backfield and allowing the receiver to run by him. And guess what? It's a big conversion on 3rd and 7. We could easily got the team off the field if he played the right coverage and paid attention to his side of the field and the play that he's got. I don't know about this Bradbury. I'm getting tired of this Bradbury. I would like to say I'm kind of getting tired of what's his name, Brian Johnson. But he made some good play calls in the second half. I wasn't expecting it. I was expecting us to lose this game. Honestly, from his play calling. But I'm going to give credit to him for making the proper adjustments with proper play calls. And I'm going to give credit to Jalen Hurts for settling down and bring this team further ahead and allowing us to win this game.
All right. No, I know you did your grade. I didn't give a grade for my thing. Defense B+, offense F.
All around?
No, defense B+. The defense played well, so B+ for the defense. A F for the offense.
I think I tell a halves.
For my team?
Oh, your team?
I talking about my team.
Oh, I talking about my team.
No, B+ for my team. F for offense. Coaching a F on the offensive side. A minus on the defensive side. I didn't like one or two things. Special teams. A C. Looking at the Eagles game, good teams make adjustments. Good teams find ways to win. Both teams had them chance to win the game. Plain and simple. Couple of key false starts threw the Eagles off right before the end of the game, and good thing Elliott kicked that big 60-yard field goal. Those false starts were very, very impactful. But good teams, like I said, good teams find ways to win. Good teams make the necessary adjustments to come out on top. I know you watch like closer down to the end. You got anything on it?
No, I think yeah, I hit the nail on the head when you say, and I listened to KG while I watching another game, the score and the ticker and stuff like that, and I thought that the Eagles were gonna lose that game or the way the first half went down. You know, the Bills were actually, the Bills probably were playing harder than the Eagles were playing in the fact that they had to win the game. They had to win a game because of the stature. But good second half adjustment with the Eagles. Um, the Bills defense couldn't stop them in the second half and in overtime. So that was a good adjustment by the offensive coordinator. And then just made plays. They had some calls. That's part of the game too, but they made plays. They made more plays than the Bills did. And again, I think the turning point of the game when Josh should have picked. That's just, I think it's like I think it demoralizes the team when that happens. And so, but yeah, I mean, overall, again, I can say it again. Like I keep saying it. I've been saying it the whole season, and I think KJ agree with me. The Eagles just take too long to start. And if they would start what they do, if they did what they did in the second half and the first half, we wouldn't have been talking about this game this long.
Yeah, game over.
You know what I'm saying, and that's for every game. The Chiefs last week when they played the Chiefs, and it always comes down to it almost like they want kids to get blood pressure tablets because it always comes down to again it was another. Last week was a drop pass, even though KG say that if what he named had catch the ball and that script touchdown they had time. I don't think you had that much time you thought you had. And then against Spag defense, I don't think you had that chance. And then today, again, Gabe Davis wide open in the back of the end zone, miscommunication between him and Josh Allen. It's like if that was on point, game was all right there. Again, putting yourself in that position when you know how you're supposed to be playing. Good teams find ways to win. But one time they're gonna bite you in the ass. I'd rather take the bite now than anytime I can play off or something like that.
Yeah, that's true too.
You know what I'm saying? But great adjustments. But again, in case you keep saying it, the team to me still ain't playing up to what the full potential is because it just take too long to start. And I don't know if that's play calling, execution. I don't know yet. Because you see it as the game goes on. You see the play calling, you see the execution, but it's just like you need like a jump start to start, or like oh shit we're losing. Let me go. Let me start playing now.
Does it look like it?
Yeah. So, but yeah, I mean, good game. I mean, next week I want you to start off slow like that against me too.
I'd rather we start off slow. Because look, when we start off slow, then we're going to jump start and Jalen Hurts. We all see Jalen Hurts passer rating and win percentage when he's behind is spectacular. I think he's 121 point something as a quarterback passer rating and stuff like that in the second half when he's behind. So, well, who knows? Who the shit knows?
We'll see.
All right, so Tuesday show we do our week 12 wrap up, but it may also be the preview as well. Cause based on how the time is, you may not be able to get both of you on the show on Saturday. It'll be Sunday on your side. I think it'll be Sunday.
We'll see.
Where you gonna be?
I gotta be up.
No, I mean Saturday night for the preview show.
The preview.
I should be on. Anyway, are you gonna be?
We're gonna be here.
Oh no, that's definitely true, kid. I ain't too sure we making that show yet now. We gone from Saturday night, so even if you gotta do the Thursday night just to do a preview because there's two of you clashing, I prefer to do something like that. I still want us to do the preview because it's both of you going head to head, and it's in my eyes the top two ranked teams in the NFC. So we may do a Thursday show just to do a preview of that game. But like you said, a win for San Fran, a win for Philly, and another L for Carolina. I just saw a stat that came up. Carolina went the entire month of November without scoring 2 touchdowns in a game. So I don't know how much more of an offensive guru head coach that you could go. If an offensive guru can only give you 1 touchdown a game, there ain't no offensive guru. So I think we had 2 touchdowns in 3 out of the 11 games. I don't know what type of offensive staff that is there. Could only muster one. So it's a lot of issues in Carolina, but San Fran and Philly are playing for something. So the big game is next a big game next week, which you have the 49ers against the Eagles, which will, like you said, we'll probably do a preview show on Thursday night because both myself and Shane will be traveling on Friday, and it's no guarantee what's gonna happen on Saturday. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, like I said, that kind of wraps up our post game reaction show. You have the Ravens and Chargers on tonight, which should be a good game. W for San Fran, W for Philly, L for Carolina. We'll do our game. We'll show the picks on Tuesday when we wrap it up. But I don't know, mixed emotions from all over the fan base and teams. You got positivity coming out of San Fran. You got probably positivity coming out of Philly. It's a lot of anger and disappointment coming out of Carolina. So that's the way the NFL goes. That's it for me, guys. I don't know if you guys. We got other games where we don't really break down, but other games around the league. We had Atlanta beating
Saints.
New Orleans at home. Atlanta was at home. Atlanta beat New Orleans. We had the Jaguars in a good one with
Division rival,
the
the Texans.
the Jaguars in a good one with the Texans, but the Jaguars came out on top. We had the Steelers beating the Bengals in a close one. Like I said, Steelers had over 400 offensive yards for the first time in 4 years. Had the Giants beating the Patriots. Mac Jones got benched again, 7-10.
You know, on
That
on paper, on stats, or on standings, the Panthers is the worst team in the NFL, but the Patriots is the worst team in the NFL.
yeah, I probably agree with you.
Right?
I
And
agree with that too.
you know, the Panthers got a worst record, but the Patriots, you benched Mac Jones last week. Why did you start him again this week? To bench him
And
again.
Bill Zappi probably doesn't give out that confidence that you think too. They just cut Will
I
Greer,
think Mac
so
Jones does.
probably the best option you got.
Yeah, then you wouldn't bench him.
Bill Belichick
Yeah.
is a horrible talent evaluator.
I think this probably it for
You gotta
Belichick.
say that. I mean, we gotta say that at some point. Good coach,
I
but he's a
think
horrible talent evaluator.
I think this
And
probably I
offense,
think I was just gonna say I think he's great in on the defense side.
defense, yeah, and offense
Yeah.
is a horrible talent evaluator.
Don't forget he is the general manager and the
Right.
Yep.
The defense is good, but
Well,
the
I mean,
offense is
if your
horrible.
defense only gave up 10 points and you still lost, then that says a lot about the shit show on the offense you got out there.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something to look at. Buccaneers lost to the Colts. Stikens' team is right now currently in the playoffs. That's a big thing. Minshew leading the way. Rams put a licking on the Cardinals today. Stafford and those guys were on fire today. Then you had the Chiefs beating the Raiders. Raiders come out hot and fast, but Chiefs caught fire, and that was the end of that. Broncos beating the Browns, which was quite a surprise for us because we kind of expected the Broncos to get beat
Broncos on a streak.
from the Browns defense. Broncos won 5 straight after all that going on with Sean Payton and everything. They've won 5 straight and in the hunt for the playoffs as well. So playoff race
That would be
is heating
scary.
up on both sides, both NFC and AFC. That number 6 and 7 seed gonna have some good competition coming down to the wire. So these games are very, very important going forward. So we'll see how that goes once it starts. But outside of that, I think that's it from us. We'll be back on Tuesday to give our week 12 wrap up. Our game balls and trash bags, and see who won the picks, and then look forward to week 13. Like I keep saying, be sure to like and subscribe to the page. Keep up to date with us. And I always check for your boys, Island Boys Football Talk, as we run through the 49ers, the Eagles, and the Panthers content. You guys got anything else? I'm done. You guys got anything?
No, I think that's it for me.
We 10-1, baby.
Well, they got a big one next week.
Big one next week.
We'll see. We'll talk
That's
about
what
that
we
one.
get into.
We'll talk about that one when we get to it. But I'll say that enjoy the Sunday night game, which is Baltimore and Chargers, and then enjoy the Monday night, which is Joshua Dobbs and the Vikings against Justin Fields and the Bears.
I play
So
Xbox.
I'll watch it.
Okay, you like
Ah,
Chicago.
yeah. All right. Outside of that, we're out. See you guys back on Tuesday.
Peace out.